Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Z-Star, and today I have some Payday 2 gameplay for you guys, along with the system requirements for Just Cause 3. Now, this kind of got swept under the radar yesterday, I believe, and the only reason I saw it was because I actually followed Just Cause 3 on Steam. However, it did get swept under the radar because of Fallout 4 and how big of a game that is. We're actually going to get right into these. OS is going to be kind of obvious, Windows 8.1, 64-bit, because 64-bit is the new standard. So if you still have 32-bit in your system for whatever reason, go ahead and take it out right now, and go out right now and buy a 64-bit of Windows, because I'm telling you, it's not worth it. 32-bit, you can't run the new games. It's not going to be worth it. Moving on to the processor, you're going to need an i5 2500K 3.3 gigahertz. Not that big of a deal. People have better i5s, like the standard is like an i5 4700, something like that. Not that big of a deal. And AMD, you're going to need a Phenom X6 1075T, as they say it. Can't really pronounce that correctly, to be honest. Oh my gosh. I hate when developers list older gen products, dude. I just hate it. Memory is going to be 6 gigabytes of RAM, because 4 gigabytes isn't enough anymore. It's really not. You know, if you don't have 8 gigabytes of RAM on your desktop, I'm telling you, go out right now, go on to Newegg. Black Friday's coming up. Go out to Best Buy, buy another pack of RAM, or one stick of RAM, to be completely honest, because all you need is 8 gigabytes. The speed really doesn't matter all that much, so just upgrade to 8 gigs, and you'll be fine for at least through 2016. Graphics card is going to recommend a GTX 670 2GB card and an HD 7870. Again, hate it when they list older gen products, but man, 7870 and 670, not that hard to get, right? 2 gigabytes of VRAM. You know, 2 gigabytes of RAM of VRAM isn't that big of a deal, especially when you see the recommended here in a second. And finally, the hard drive space is going to be 54 gigabytes of available space, not including DLC. Obviously, my god, 54 gigabytes, dude. You guys are going to have to start upgrading to 3 terabytes. We're all going to have to start upgrading to 3 terabytes, because it's not going to be enough. By 2017, 1 terabyte's not going to be enough to house all the new games, because they're going up from 30. I think Fallout 4 was around 30, and Just Cause 3 is coming in at 55 almost. So you're going to need a new hard drive. But for right now, I think you're fine. 54 gigs. That's kind of a lot. Alright, let's get on to recommended here. And before we go on to recommended, actually, I'm going to say I'm sorry for going through minimum and saying that's all recommended. It's really not, obviously, but that's kind of like my way of speech, and to an extent the developers do recommend it. So anyway, OS is going to be the same, but the processor is going to require a pretty big jump. Watch this. An i7 3770 3.4 or AMD FX 8350. That's insane to me. 8350 is off the charts, dude. You can just tell it's gonna be a very processor intensive game, as you can like kind of tell in all open world games, to be completely honest, are all decently processor intensive. I mean, look at Metal Gear Solid 5, Witcher 3, what else is there? Fallout 4 is decently processor intensive. These games are being more processor intensive because they're open world, because there's no loading screens, and you're just taking this entire world and you can just go do whatever you want in it, especially in sandbox open world games. So they're gonna be really processor intensive. So, you know, ask for an A350 for Christmas from your relatives or family members or whatever. Or, you know, an i7 of some sort, because you're going to need it coming next year and the year after. Memory is going to jump up to 8 gigabytes of RAM. Not that big of a deal. 8 gigabytes should be standard. So, and graphics card is going to be the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 780 3 gigabyte card. So, NVIDIA only jumped up about 0.75 gigabytes, right? 1 to 0.75, depending on how you overclock your 670. But your AMD card basically doubles its VRAM with an R9 290. 4 gigabytes of VRAM needed to run this game at recommended. However, you know, recommended usually means like super high ultra, so take this part with a grain of salt, to be completely honest. I mean, it's not gonna be too big if you have something that's a 3 gigabyte card. I can't really think of an R9 series as a 3 gigabyte VRAM. If you have 3 gigabytes, you should be good with an AMD card to run it at decently high settings. And with that kind of wraps up our Just Cause 3 system specifications, as you might call them. I'm gonna try to get back in this YouTube groove thing, man. School's been getting a little bit intensive, but I think I can handle it. And I'm actually off this week, so I'm gonna try to give a video to you guys either every day or every other day. We'll see how that works out. And yeah, you know, it's going great. So with that, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, especially, I can't say that word, but subscribe, because you people are awesome. And to see my videos, the best way to do it is just subscribe, and they'll always be in your sub box, and you can always just, they're just right there, and they're always there. So, peace out, guys.